Wow. Didn't take that long this time. Didn't take that long at all. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that.
My friend, I see Constable Gretka found you. Please, forgive me if I don't stand up. The Marshal's henchman broke my knees as soon as I arrived. It's good to meet you, face to face. I wish it was under better circumstances. One of them. The people of Vardenfell see the judge as one immortal guardian. But in truth, many warriors have taken up the cowl. I was just the most recent. These knees, though. I fear my heroics are at an end. It's time to pass on the mantle. But to you, of course. Well, don't act so surprised. You've proven to be a capable warrior, and a friend to the downtrodden and oppressed. Vardenfell needs a Scarlet Judge. I can think of no one worthier. Unfortunately, my regalia is no longer here. Warden Libo, the prisoner's overseer, took it as a trophy. While they were interrogating me, I heard him mention a hunting trip to Lake Canabia. Find Libo and you'll find the judge's regalia. Once you don the cowl, seek out Constable Gretka. A doughty and heroic escape. Usually I'd jump at the opportunity, but no, friend. Dragging a cripple out of here only increases the chance you'll be captured. Your mission is too important. So long as I'm here, Hilaran's guard remains down. There will be more torture, no doubt. I'm not so foolish as to think I can keep silent forever. But I'm certain I can hold out until you retrieve my regalia and deal with Hlaaran. I will survive. You focus on finishing this fight. I am not. To the people of Vardenfell, the Scarlet Judge is legendary, supernatural. He can appear anywhere at any time, or even many places at once. They think it wizardry. Of course, the truth is far simpler.
History. Simpler. There's more than one person dressed as the Scarlet Judge.
Exactly. We're a small and diffuse group. When age or injury prove too much for us, we pass on the mantle. The legendary Avona Ulas mentored me. She protected the people of Morrowind for over 40 years. We battled together for 12. Sadly, she passed on years ago. A poisoned blade. It was a very dark time. But as she lay there dying, she charged me with protecting the helpless, just as I charge you now. The Scarlet Judge fights on. A doughty and hero.
Okay. So now we gotta find
Halt,
the
Fetcher!
Lebos.
Maybe your small mind can understand if I speak slowly. I'm here to collect your bounty. You're hardly worth the effort.
Damn. He is being attacked by his enemies, the demons. Oh man, they caught me stealing stuff on this. Welcome to the stream. There's somebody else here. I don't know who it is. They seem to be sleeping. Look how strong too, man. I can't just fight the lock. Hey D, I swear you look exactly as one SmackDown Japanese wrestler. Dang, I haven't seen that. I haven't watched a lot of wrestling. a centipede. Especially with the Dang. Everything just wants to attack me. I haven't even done nothing. Damn it. The heck am I even going? I don't think I go there. I guess I'll take that. It's already there for me to take. Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about though. I need to get some better armor. And weapons. I need better armor and weapons. Alright, so do I go there? Investigate Baltimore. Bardak. Next for Bardak. That's a Bardak. War with Tom.
You there, Outlander. I have a proposition. So I was right. You're a sword for hire. Excellent. My name is Marla Rethan of House Hlalu, and I have a proposition for you. I need someone to investigate what's going on in the Vasia Didanat ebony mine. Piqued your interest, have I? Capital. My brother Benar and I share ownership of the mine, but I suspect he's hiding something from me. The little weasel's even locked down the entrance. Only his personal guards are allowed inside. There are only 2 keys to the mine. Benar keeps one in our manor house. The other is carried by the mine's foreman, Nox. I want you to procure a key, either one, and then search the mine for any sign of mischief.
There
Report
is.
back with your
Man,
findings.
some of these things will whoop my butt.
Foreman Nox is somewhere in Balmora. Should be simple enough to pluck the key from his pockets. Or, if you prefer burglary, you could take my brother's key from the desk in his study. Our manor is just up the hill to the west of town. My dear brother prefers to keep our roles in the business separate. He runs the mine while I handle the finances. He doesn't interfere with my work, nor I his. That's the agreement. Oh, I have, but Benner tells me nothing. It's just secure more buyers and hire more workers. He gets dreadfully annoyed when I press him about my concerns. Like, why do we need so many miners? Even the townsfolk are starting to talk about that. You haven't heard the rumors? The cursed mine of Vasia Didanot, they call it. They go in, but they don't come out. Just inane ghost stories, truth be told. But if the rumors persist, it could soil our reputation. Well, the mine has underperformed for years. I'd actually considered selling it. Until recently, that is. Ebony has been pouring out of the mine these past few months. And normally, I'd be overjoyed, but that's also when Benner became distant. Anything out of the ordinary. I don't suppose you'd know the difference between pure ebony and... Never mind. Just give the mine a good look and keep an eye out for mischief. If you find anything odd, I have many important clients that depend on the success of this mine. They'll hold me...
to go? I hope so. Mirandus.
It seems I hunt bigger game today.
Sick. That's Scarlet Reggae. I was gonna talk to that person. What's up, Ivan? Huh? I have no idea. I know there's a way to fast travel. I've never learned it. Maybe if I do this. Is there? Nope. This thing will take me anywhere? Is that what it is? Yeah, but he goes to one spot. Yep. In the bathroom. We put a pad for him. He poops there too sometimes.
Now there's a sight for sore eyes.
It always
The
ends up in
Scarlet
the
Judge
bathroom,
returns. You wear it well.
Huh?
Better than Melar even. But
this is in
don't
the
tell him I
box.
said that.
I'm not that OP yet, man. There's stuff that's stronger than me.
Shaw's bones, he's a stubborn one. Well, let's make sure he doesn't suffer in vain, hey? Halaran's gotten sloppy since Melar's capture. A combination of paranoia and misguided relief, I guess. She's making mistakes. Now's the time to act.
Sorry, I'm gonna want. I have him.
I did some snooping of my own while you were gone. According to Constable Kren, Halaran ordered Inania's egg mine sealed today. Bet you a pint that Halaran's meeting with her plantation allies in that mine. She's probably carrying your evidence too.
You gotta fix
The
it.
front gates are barred from the inside,
Yeah.
but there's an old service door near the back. It just so happens Dradini had a spare key to sell.
Yeah.
Sneak in the back of the mine and recover that evidence. I'll meet you out front, ready to arrest Halaran.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. No, he's not. He just comes back and lays over here. What happened to my left eye? Nothing. This one? Oh. I got bit there. Got into a fight and some dude like two. Yeah, it was about two dudes. Both rushed me from the side. And then one rushed me from the middle and they both got me down. And the third one knocked me down and then bit me in the eye. I didn't know it was noticeable. What the heck? I'm supposed to go in. You weirdo. Watch out, man. I handled it. Retrieve stolen evidence of... Retrieve evidence of collusion. Oh, shit. I understand your desire for prompt service, but you have to understand these things takes time. I can't just arrest every traveler that comes through Saren. Even your new jail isn't big enough for that. That's the same letter. Why are you writing the same letters to people over and over? Ribs? What is that? Last group of prisoners. They're sending the same letters over and over in this game.
These delays are unacceptable. How could you be so clumsy?
With respect, I wasn't the one who left an incriminating note on my dresser, Relossi.
This bickering accomplishes nothing. The Scarlet Judge is in prison, yes? The issue is well in hand.
You are mistaken. One of my informants saw the judge prowling the streets just this morning.
I wonder if you can max out your stats on this game. That would be pretty cool.
What's this? They found us! Run!
The judge! No! You won't put me in prison!
You'll never take me alive!
Damn. She killed me. For now. I got you this time, lady.
Judge! No! You won't put me in prison!
Where's she going to?
What's this? They found
Judge!
us!
No! You won't put me in prison!
We caught these three trying to slip away. Should have seen their faces. It's a big risk arresting Suran's most powerful landowners. I'm hoping you've got the evidence to make it worthwhile. Where's Marshal Hlaren? Resisted, eh? I had a feeling it might go that way. Hlaren was happy to send other people to prison, but going herself, that rattled her knees. It's a shame she won't live to see the inside of a cell, but these three will, for at least a while. With Hlaren dead, command falls to the senior officer. For now, that's me. I'll send constables out to the plantations to liberate the slaves. In the meantime, I've got to take this evidence to House Redoran. Oh, Melar. Well, I took a hard look at the evidence. Far as I can tell, this was just one big misunderstanding. Kren and I released him just before we set out. You'll find him in town nursing his wounds, no doubt. You should speak with him.
That was a joke.
Well,
Greetings, my friend. You cut quite the dashing figure in my old regalia. Another spectacular victory for the Scarlet Judge, eh? We'll miss donning the cowl, but it does me good to know that my final adventure helped liberate the people of Suran. Yes, but I do so knowing that the legacy of the Scarlet Judge is in good hands. We Dark Elves are beset on all sides by greed and scheming malice. I fought it all. Ah, look there. The fruits of your labor.
stay in line and keep those mouths shut, Spitz. I'll throw you in prison without your clothes.
It's good to see you alive, my friend. Oh, very good.
Indeed. Forgive me for not getting up.
Don't take this as an excuse. You're walking again, or else.
Dang, I can't wear that thing no more. This sucks. the regalia. Okay, so
you steal from me? This is your last chance to leave before the guard arrives.
A common criminal? I'm not impressed. I think that Swit over there is a wanted criminal.
The guard's on their way. Best get out before they clear you out.
I'd have thought someone of your stature would command a larger bounty.
this message sent out. You can't feel it. You'd be happy to hear that your scheme is working perfectly. Well, maybe not perfectly, but well enough. The most recent batch of lasers came in yesterday. They were a sluggish bunch, weary too, but the promise of a few more drakes kept them moving. This should make a fine batch. That alchemist of yours, Cavros, is it? He set up shop in the old Daedric ruin. You should see it. I haven't been around that many bottles and burners since my days in the school trade. He says he's working on some variation of the formula. I want to ask him about it, boss. The air in his lab has gotten thick. That's why Auntie's more rich. That is. Masters are truly fools if they believe the scheme will make them rich. True, the substance produced by the formula lets it build. Oh. This appears much like the rare ebony ore, but it is not ebony, and any discerning craftsman will recognize this as soon as they use it to produce goods. I've tried to counsel Master Rethan on the subject, suggesting it may be wiser and equally profitable to instead focus on selling the alchemical concoction itself. Through the formula was exceedingly difficult to translate and required some precision to prove properly. The regions I required to produce it are not overly rare. I could easily produce large quantities. Imagine my airborne form used as a weapon. It would fetch a fine price. Master Rethan disagrees. According to him, the buyers don't care if the ebony is false, so long as they can use it to produce goods that pass a cursory inspection. It will be happy. Ebony is quite rare and difficult to come by. Without such a source, our buyers should be able to produce face to face. The first shopping one discovers the deception. If a soldier dies on the battlefield because his ebony blade was left true. It's not true. There's no money out of our lives, but Master Rethan is right. I often underestimate the rest of so many of my best efforts.
don't recognize you. You've made a terrible mistake in coming here. Do you feel it yet? The cold rush through your veins, the stiffness in your joints. Only a matter of time now. Only a matter of time. You really haven't figured it out. You're denser than those stone fiends. Master Rethan brought me on to study a Daedric text, a formula for turning living flesh into a substance akin to ebony. Not a perfect match, but close enough. Something like that. Now, all that's left to do... None. Well, none that I've discovered anyway. I speak modestly when I say that if there was a cure, I would have found it already. I guess I could squander my remaining hours searching for a remedy, but I'm an alchemist, a daedrologist. We don't trouble ourselves with things like hope. I leave that nonsense to priests and children, the mentally ill. What? Afflicting all these miners? How spare me your crude moral outrage. They were wastrels, laborers that were too ignorant or too lazy to find work anywhere else. This is as meaningful a contribution as they were likely to make. None. I'd invite you to kill me, but given that I'll be dead soon anyway, it's hardly worth the effort.
Ah, I'm glad to see you made it back in one piece. So, what have you learned? Anything? What? Well, that sounds ghastly. To think that my own brother would be capable of such a thing. We must move quickly. Did you find any evidence? I'll need something concrete if I'm to convince the Hlalu trade barons to intercede. Well done. I have a final task for you, if you're willing. I must take this to the trade baron, Councillor Riveth. He's staying at the Balmora Inn. Alas, Benna has many contacts in town. If he hears that I'm meeting Riveth, he may try to flee. Travel to the Rethan Manor House and detain Benna. Once I've explained matters to Riveth, send Hlalu constables to collect my brother. After this, I'll ask nothing more of you. You have my word. That the men I worked tirelessly to hire were being used as fodder for some vile experiment? Yes, I hired him at my brother's... I see. Not long. They were... Yes, I...
You're just another lowlife fetcher who broke the law and got... Now get lost, scum.
I can't believe they want us to go out. You look like the traveling sort. In your excursions, have you perchance come upon a young dark elf named Vale? She went missing a couple of weeks ago and her father desperately seeks any information regarding her whereabouts. That's a shame. Her father, Eris, the house counselor here in Balmora, promises that anyone who can find his daughter and return her safely to his side will be well rewarded. You should speak to Counselor Eris. He's opened the kin house to interview potential recruits. Freelancers, as it were. If you're interested, go speak to the counselor. The longer Vea remains missing, the more distressed Counselor Eris becomes. Counselor Eris can be found at the Redoran Kin House, and do hurry. He's ever so troubled by our failure to locate young Vea. If he finds that an outsider can succeed where the House Guard has failed, so be it. I have no issue with Counselor Eris seeking help. It's where he's decided to get that help that concerns me. House Redoran doesn't need outsiders to take care of its business. But who am I to question a House Counselor? How can anyone not know about House Redoran? Is this some sort of Outlander ruse? Well, in that case, Redoran is the grandest of the great Dunmer houses. We champion the virtues of duty and piety, and we have a proud military tradition. Our house comes first in all things. I don't understand why Eris seeks outside help. If I knew what happened to the Counselor's daughter, I wouldn't be talking to you now, would I? As far as we can tell, she left of her own.
I love seeing new faces. For a while, it was just the same old miners and the occasional travelling merchant. Thought Caroline might have to shut this place down. Look at me talking your ears off. What can I get you? At first, I assumed it was the usual house squabbles. Redoran and Hlalu arguments can get pretty heated. Then I thought maybe the Ashlanders were scaring people off. But after that proclamation... No, I'd rather not talk about that with a stranger. I like the colour of your gold, Outlander. Just between us, I heard the House Guard shut down the Shulk ore mine. Something to do with violent cultists who attacked the miners and took over the place. Even got the crew chief, or so I heard.
The fire's warm and the roof doesn't leak, so...
Mills, please, if you just listen.
Take care of
I'm
yourself.
in need of a strong set of legs, Traveler, and you look like one capable of protecting yourself. Will you aid an old Mer in one last task? I have an obligation to my family. No, a duty of utmost importance. But I have grown too feeble to fulfill it. If you would take this memory stone to the few places of significance in my life, I will pay you well. It allows one to archive memories for future generations. I hope to do this for my children, who have grown estranged. Invoke my stone at the locations I've marked on your map, and the memories I wish to archive will manifest. I thank you for your aid. Fewer than ever are willing to aid their elders in these troubled times. Now I suppose the distance with my children is my fault, not theirs. It is a rare gem. Once, long ago, Redguard warriors carried them into battle. One of the most famous was a sword singer in the First Age, Makela Leki. No historians will cherish my thoughts, certainly, but perhaps my children will come to in time. I purchased it from my master, Drennan, a Telvanni mage of middling repute. I have served him for how long? Many, many years. For as long as I can remember. I will serve him until I die, no doubt. But that will not be long now. Ah, yes. Mills. My son has never really forgiven me for never being here for them. He's a stranger in my own home. No. If anything, it's the other way around. Even Neria has grown accustomed to my absence. Neria less than Mills, but both my children grew up largely on their own. My duties to Master Drennan consumed a great deal of my time. Mills especially grew up with Neria and no one else. He despises me, and I don't blame him. You'll know soon enough, as will they, I hope. I failed them as a father, but they are safe, aren't they? I kept them safe.
What?
Help someone in need?
Do you make a habit of randomly accosting people while they fish? I don't see how that's any of your business. I've nothing to say to my father or those his Telvanni master employs. Whatever this is about, it's no concern of mine. My father managed to leave me out of his life. He can leave me out of his problems, too. You want to talk? My sister Neria works the stables. She tolerates my father's business better than I do.
The Councillor has his priorities all out of sorts. The real threat lies to the south. House Hlaalu encroaching on ancestral Redoran lands. Building settlements even. I saw this coming ever since we let Fort Firemoth go fallow. Let your guard down even a little and those Hlaalu scribs will snatch away all they can.
May I be of service?
Yes? Is there something I can do for you, Outlander? My daughter has been gone too long, and the house guard can't seem to find a wall in the corner. But why should I trust you with this task? Tell me, Outlander, how can you succeed when my forces continue to fail time and time again? An interesting insight. Perhaps you can find my daughter. Veya can handle herself, but the father worries, you understand? Anyway, I agree with your assessment. That's why I'm willing to bring in outside help on this. Veya fled after a family disagreement. She's run away before, but I'm concerned that she might have something more permanent in mind this time. And more dangerous. Veya knows how to evade the house guard, but as you said, she doesn't know you. Captain Briven oversees the house's attempt to locate my daughter. You should speak to him and see what his investigation has already turned up. He's probably patrolling the town square at this time of day. Briven's soldiers have been trying to get information out of Veya's friends. But those young men and women are almost as good at avoiding the house guard as my daughter. That is a private matter. If your investigation proves fruitful, and such matters become relevant, we can discuss the particulars then, but not before. Like my daughter, my wife has a mind of her own. What the two of you discuss is your own affair. Just understand that I haven't employed you to solve my family's problems. I only need you to find my daughter. Veya has always been fascinated by the Morag Tong. Even admired one of their agents when she was growing up. It's possible she sought refuge with this agent, or even decided to join the organization. Though I hope the Morag Tong. They're an ancient guild of assassins sanctioned by the Tribunal to carry out honorable writs of execution. Ostensibly, they're supposed to keep the houses from resorting to all-out war. But I still find the practice barbaric. Someone of no consequence, and not at all important to accomplishing your mission. Besides, you don't find Morag Tong agents, they find you. Just pray it's not because your name wound up on one of their writs. That is a death sentence.
Death sentence. Put that one.
Not now, Outlander. If you need some sort of assistance, you'll find... You must be one of the freelancers the Council employed to supplement the duties of the House Guard. Very well. I'll tell you what I know. Veya ran away. Again. I hope you can succeed when my troops have failed. If anything happens to Veya... I've known the Relith family since I was a child. Veya is like a sister to me, and I'll do everything in my power to get her home safe and sound. Even trust an outlander. We think our friends may know where she is, but they keep eluding us. Perhaps. As long as you don't get too close. They've been running notes of late. I think it has something to do with Veya, but the runners keep evading my guards. Look for a group meeting on the other side of town, and see if you can follow the note. When you find Veya's friends, remember to keep your distance. You just want to spot the note carrier and follow him to whoever's receiving these messages. That's the key to locating Veya. If you can't do it, don't worry. The house can handle it. Veya's a born warrior. Hard-headed, stubborn, a real pain in the ass. She can fight like an angry netch, though. I keep trying to get her to join the militia, and she always turns me down. That's not my tale to tell. If Councillor Eris or his wife won't speak of the troubles his family has had to deal with in recent weeks, elves gathering in out-of-the-way parts of the city. One of my guards saw them pass a note between them, but they split up and she lost them in the back alleys. Could be a love poem or a recipe for Kwama cream cocktail. But we suspect it's the way Veya has been keeping tabs on what's been happening in the city. Look, it may amount to nothing, but the note could give us a lead on where to find Veya.
My, you look like a well-traveled individual. If you're looking to give your mount a well-deserved rest, you've come to the right place. We know how to pamper a loyal Gwar in Balmoral. My father? Oh no, has he taken a fall? Or did he ask you to do something for him? He's been declining of late, and I'm afraid he's not entirely in his right mind. Oh, Mills. He was so young when Mother passed. I've tried to explain that Father had to work to keep a roof over our heads, but it's been difficult. I raised Mills myself while Father was away, which was often. He's never forgiven Father for that. Oh yes, Father is well regarded among the Telvanni masters, even though he's never aspired to be one himself. Master Drennan trusts him implicitly, and if you know anything about the Telvanni, that's impressive on its own. They don't trust easily. I'm afraid I don't know. All he's been able to tell me is that part of his contract with Master Drennan forbids him from disclosing any of the Master's business, even to his own children. Whatever he's doing, I'm certain it's important. Oh yes, Father is well regarded among the Telvanni masters, even though he's never aspired to be. I wish he didn't have to work so much. Master Drennan pays well, but sometimes I worry he will work Father to death. He's just so tired all the time. Even when he finds time away, Mills refuses to see him, and I know that hurts him dearly. I did for a bit, after Mother died. I didn't understand why Father couldn't be with us until I grew up and learned how hard it is to keep a family housed and fed. Now I appreciate all Father's sacrifices for us. I just wish Mills could see it.
Ow! Stupid dog! What happened? Let me see.
I just tried to pet it. Damn dog bit me.
Leave it alone. There's something strange about that dog.
You shouldn't be here. Didn't you read the House Redoran proclamation? I wouldn't be here myself, but some of my miners are still in there. Our mine was invaded by violent cultists. They showed up and just took the place over. My people are trapped. I'm no expert, but it looked like the cultists were preparing to conduct a ritual before the Ashlander interrupted them. Probably because I heard one of them say, "With this ritual we'll call forth a mystical weapon and attain the power of a god," or something along those lines. Look, I was just trying to get me and my miners out of there when the Ashlanders showed up. Well, I never actually saw an Ashlander, but I heard a cultist yell, "Ashlander thief! That's our mystical weapon!" That's not an exact quote, but you get the idea. I don't know what happened after that. I was kind of busy trying not to die. Probably because I heard one of them say, "With this ritual we'll call forth a mystical weapon and attain the power of a god." It used to be an ore mine, and we hope it will be again. My crew... Really? That's awfully brave of you.
These people talk
Red Mountain awakens. Do you think we had anything to do with that?
Game is done. I guess I'm just gonna end it here. Thank you all for coming out to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Good night to everybody. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. And I'll see you next time.